Good evening and welcome to Manila. Welcome to the Mall of Asia Arena. It is game day 3 here in the 2016 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. And tonight's opening match features Turkey versus Senegal. Well, my name is Liam Canny, and I am joined in the commentary position this evening by my colleague Michael Bett. Mick, it's moving day here in the capital city of the Philippines as we see the slate of games on offer this evening. In this first game, whoever wins tonight moves on to the semifinals. Whoever loses moves out of the hotel and heads home. Their dream of advancing to the Rio Olympics ends here tonight.
Well, good evening, everyone. And Liam, it is incredibly true. You're right. These first two games, or the first game is do or die. The second game is a little more sympathetic to the loser as they will advance to the semifinals. Both these two teams here, Senegal and Turkey, losing to Canada, with the Canadians beating the Senegalese by 3, 58-55 and 77-69 over the Turkish club. It's going to be interesting here. Senegal have a deep history of playing European teams, have not won many games, only the one victory against Croatia to their name, which was back in 2014 World Cup, wasn't it? It took them a long, long time before they could overcome a European team. As for Turkey, they've not lost to an African team for many, many years. I think going back into the Olympics of 36 and way back, I think. I'm not sure when it was, but 2 losses to Egypt. It is the Turkish team onto the floor, first of all, Liam. Where do you think this one might lie?
Well, this is the first ever meeting between these two teams as Turkey make their way onto the floor. We're looking to see if Cedi Osman is available. He is. He was injured. And the word we got from the Turkey camp was that he may not play tonight, but he walked through the warm-up and he's
when you say Turkey camp, you mean the Turkish coach, right? Ergin Ataman was in conversation saying yesterday to you, Liam, was it? He's not playing.
Yeah, exactly right. He's playing a little bit of poker with me, his coach Ataman. He said, Osman, not only do you say he's not playing, he's definitely out. I said, Coach, what if you get to the semis? Will he play for the semis? He said, no, he's out. Well, I know who not to play poker with. That's Coach Ataman. This is the Senegalese team now, who are they are athletic, they are exciting, they are electric, and none more than that man there, Maurice Ndor, who had 5 blocks in the game against Canada. 6, my colleague's telling me to the right. He's signaling I am math challenged. I was hoping to disguise that as you get a look at some of the Senegalese fans here in the audience tonight. Maurice Ndor had a fantastic game for Senegal in their loss to Canada. 16 points in the losing effort. And there is the coach of Senegal, Coach Porfirio Fisac, who is trying to get these guys organized and try to secure a win here tonight in Manila. Well, you see the players now on the floor facing each other. We'll pause and rise to our feet and honor the national anthems of Turkey and Senegal.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Senegal.
Turkey's national anthem, the Independence March, the national anthem of Senegal, known as Everyone Strum Your Koras and Strike the Balafons. The koras are harps, and right now, the Senegalese trying to make some music as they try to advance to the semifinals and keep the dream alive of advancing to the Rio Olympics. Here's the combined officiating crew from Slovenia, Spain, and Algeria, respectively. Mick, on paper, Turkey should win this game. They're the 8th ranked team in the world. By contrast, Senegal ranked 31st in the world. We know the Turkish league is a strong league with clubs that play all around Europe. The Senegalese players have got to go find clubs around the world. I would think that Turkey coming into this would be the favorites.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, Liam. There's no doubt about it. On the strength of things, there is no doubt that this team should be taking care of this Senegalese team. They're the lineup. It's a mixture of youth and experience as far as this team. 3 or 4 of this team were in the 2010 World Championship where they were silver medalists. And then there's the youngsters coming up, Sipahi at 25. You've got the other youngsters up, Seti Osman coming in. You've got Korkmaz as well. Korkmaz will start. He didn't play much against the Canadians. Ali Mohammed had a poor game. Sinan Güler played the most minutes of any Turkish player on the floor. Samet Gayek comes in, the youngster, at the 4 position. Really someone they can't really replace with anybody else on the roster. As for the Senegalese, the only victory against a European team, as mentioned before, against Croatia at the last World Cup. Look out for the top number name there. Number 1, Maurice Endor. You mentioned the 5 block shots. I tried to correct you, but you were correct. As I went searching through the stats from yesterday.
I'm going to mark that down. You give me credit for being right.
But Endor played the most minutes of any Senegalese player, and one to watch. He had 4 3-pointers, I think, on his journey to his 16 points, along with his 10 rebounds as well. Almost a triple-double the hard way. There are experience there with Hamady Ndiaye, and watch out for Clevin Hanna, who really does run this show, the naturalized American for this team, the number 11. They are well coached, and I think the change in coaching at the reins with bringing in Fisak has been a positive move for Senegal. They looked motivated. They definitely looked ready to play against the Canadians, and they gave them all sorts of problems. I wonder how many problems they'll give against this Turkish big team that is very, very slow against this agile backcourt, front court of Senegal. And you see the matchup of the 2 players we've highlighted here. Güler to your right there, silver medals in 2010. And of course, Senegal's Maurice Endor with Real Madrid right now, but a real star. 2 victories from that 2014 World Championship, one against Puerto Rico, one against Croatia. And this team is definitely getting onto the map of world basketball.
Well, if you're just joining us, a very warm welcome to Manila. Welcome to the FIBA 2016 Olympic qualifying tournament. This is action from Group A. Effectively, it is an elimination game. Whoever loses this heads for home. Whoever wins advances to the semifinals. Tomorrow will be a rest day for the teams. And then the semifinals the day after. Both of these teams come in with an 0-1 record. They both lost to Canada, as my colleague Mick Bett mentioned just previously. The last time Senegal were in the Olympics, 1980, when the Olympics were held in Moscow. For Turkey, their last journey to the Olympics, 1952 in Helsinki. Before that, it was 1936. So it's a tournament that the Turks do not know very well. There's Coach Ataman, who will try to get his troops motivated. And Mick, none more so than Ali Mohammed. Americans may know him as Bobby Dixon. Ali Mohammed had 1 point. He's the team's leading scorer. 1 point in the loss to Canada, that coming from the free throw line. He needs to get his game going tonight.
Yeah, 2 rebounds, 1 assist as well. Nothing going really. 0 of 8 from the field. It was just a free throw that got him going. You know, if you look at the numbers from the loss to Canada, Sinan Güler comes up with, I think it was 14 shots for the game. Ali Mohammed, 8 shots for the game. You know, from that position, that is where they need to get going, because they're not really a great low post team, although they have these 3 bigs that really do play the ponderous 5 position as you would know it from the old days. But I think much will be asked of 21 tonight, Furkan Korkmaz, the recently drafted Philadelphia player. The youngster, there's Gayek there, who comes at the 4. And I said before, there's no replacement for Gayek. There's nobody else in that roster who will fill that position at the 4 spot.
Well, Korkmaz gets the start instead of Osman. We'll see if Osman plays a role tonight. And it's quite a contrast in style. You know, Turkey have plenty of size, Mick. They've got 3 guys who can play that traditional 5 position with Erdan, Savaş, and Ashik. By contrast, the Senegalese, very mobile, very athletic. Well, welcome to Manila. Welcome to the FIBA 2016 Olympic qualifying tournament here in the Mall of Asia Arena. First possession to the Senegalese in the white uniform. Turkey in the traditional colors, the red. Turkey settled into some man-to-man defense. There's Clevin Hanna earning just his 2nd appearance for Senegal. And Ali Mohammed shows some defense. He steals the ball from Njai. He'll kick to Korkmaz, gets it back. Now, Ali Mohammed. Well, his shooting woes continue. Turkish fans would love to have seen that shot drop, that's for sure.
Well, he had a good look and he was wide open. This is where they may struggle, this low post matchup for the Turks.
Njai pivots, faces. His shot falls softly off the rim. And here's the captain, the skipper, Gouler.
Yeah, Sinan Gouler needs to get through some shots. He had doubles at 14 shots in game 1. He'll need those tonight too.
Erdan going at Njai. And Mick, we know this about Turkey. We saw it in the previous game. They're going to feed the post, the low post, quite a bit.
Yeah, and you do not want to let Semi Erden face you up. If he face you up, you just take his space away. Make him put the ball on the floor against pressure. Don't give him a chance to get that right leg through and cross you over.
Again, quite a contrast in style between these 2 teams. Turkey match up in terms of size, but not necessarily speed and quickness with the bigs. Here goes the little Ali Mohammed. He kicks. His pass deflected out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Good defense from El Hadji. Njai, number 3 there, guarding Sinan Gouler. He's going to have a tough matchup, Njai, because Gouler has to put pressure on the defense.
Gouler lost the handle, has to manufacture a shot. That's off the mark. Rebound inside by Gayic. He can't convert.
One shot was all Gayic got there, wasn't he? He had to make it 2. He couldn't get him any closer.
Ali Mohammed gets through the top of the screen. Oh, nice move by Hanna. Had an open shot. Maybe a little bit too unselfish there.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing passing that ball. Everybody in the gym thinks he's going to shoot it.
Had a chance, did Hanna, to tie it up and send the game to overtime. Alley-oop here to Erdan, a little bit too strong. But Hanna missed the shot against Canada to force overtime. Shot put by Erdan.
That's a nice move. And I tell you what, the Turks can get that move in this game. This could be an interesting battle, because that is a real strength for this Turkish team, that low post.
First blood to Erdan in the matchup with Hamidi Njai. 3-point attempt by Ndoye off the mark. Senegal get the ball back. Here's Ndoye. Rises from the free throw line, and didn't he rise? Nice looking shot by Ndoye.
Yeah, if you don't take care of that business, Maurice Ndoye will just have another big night. Very, very athletic.
The left-handed dribble opened up the right-handed jump shot for Ndoye. Look at the defense by Njai on Gouler. Ali Mohammed now has the mismatch. Stolen. Njai with the steal. Can he convert in transition against Gouler? Well, he draws the foul. I was going to say, Mick, a mismatch, because Mohammed ended up with Ndoye on him, but Ndoye can probably guard in the perimeter. He's so mobile, as well as guarding inside. Maurice Ndoye.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think Ali Mohammed lost a dribble from the help side, from the right side of him, which is seems to sort of speak volumes for me that he's not quite got his game in tune right now, Ali Mohammed. He needs to get focused, get a little more aggressive out there. He had the one-on-one, but the ball was tipped out of the way by the help side defender.
And Haji Njai, 29 years old, plays his domestic basketball last year in Tunisia.
The problem for Ali Mohammed, Liam, will come when Ergan Ataman loses patience with him at the point guard. And he hasn't had a great start, that's for sure.
Gouler carried the team with 14 points against Canada. Nice pass inside. Oh, great touch pass to Gayic. Gayic shot off the mark. Good vision by Erdan. Speaking of vision, the ball ahead. Well, Ndoye couldn't finish. Now to add insult to injury, I think he gets called for the foul on the offensive rebound.
I'm not sure whether it was Hamidi.
It is Ndoye, number one.
Was it with his feet?
just lacked a bit of elevation. Look at that. He's hanging onto the rim with one hand and stopping the break with the other hand.
That's a missed opportunity. That's a, you cannot miss dunks.
Muhammad, in and out.
Well, it's going to be one of those tournaments for him, I'm telling you. He needs to get layups, get his confidence going.
Well, finally, Muhammad makes a contribution to the team, gets a defensive rebound. And Jai with the miss for Senegal. Goulet, the floater, that's no good. Both teams struggling to find the bottom of the basket.
Just a missed dribble before he took the shot, too.
And George steps into a shot, passes it up. Hanna backs it out. He's in the center circle now.
This is the side of the Senegalese I like. Very controlled right now. Run the shot clock.
And Joe in the corner. Oh, he picks up where he left off against Canada. He was 4 for 8 from behind the rainbow.
They got a mismatch out there. Gayak can't guard indoor. They're going to have to change that up somewhere along the line. Maybe put cork mats on him.
Mohamed's teardrop, and that won't fall. Well, he's getting good shots. To be fair to him, Mick, he just can't get the ball to drop.
No, it's done his day, is it? And that's the sub-Sipahi's on his way in for
you
him.
can just see the bottom of your screen. Kenan Sipahi, he's stripped off. He comes to the scorer's table. I'm not sure it's a good substitution. Oh, and Jai lost his footing. Sinan Goulet, he's not taking bad shots, Mick. They're good shots. They're just not falling for him.
No, I mean, both shots are rimmed out. Three-pointers rimmed in and out. There's their injury there for Hamady Ndiaye. Looked like his right ankle slipped in the lane. It may have been on Gayak as he went through, but he's going to run it off. Big man knows how important this is. It's either you come down to breakfast tomorrow with your bags or without your bags.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, just to come back to this without laboring it too much with Ali Muhammad, Mick, he's coming out because Sipahi's coming in for him. And if he's going to struggle for confidence, he might struggle even more because, I think there's a difference between a bad shot selection and a bad shot. And he's not taking bad shots. They're just not falling. Speaking of shots.
There you go. Nice play. Korkmaz, big shot. Took a lot of shots in the pre-game, pre-warm-up with two of the trainers. And he's a very, very good shooter.
Drafted in the first round a couple of weeks ago by the Philadelphia 76ers. Good defense here by Kenan Sipahi. Draws the offensive foul against Clevin Hanna.
Yeah, referee's saying that Hanna's got hold of Sipahi's arm to make it look like a foul, defensive foul. And I wasn't too impressed with that.
Hanna shared a laugh with referee Perez. You'll know him from his days playing in the ACB in Spain. Here's Savaş now in the game for Turkey. Into the low post. Erden is going to go at Hamady Ndiaye again. And Erden will travel. So this time, Haji wins the battle.
It's unfortunate because he picks up the dribble and then begins the two-step with his left foot. That means it's going to be a three-step. And the referee's very quick to see that.
Here's Coach Ataman, the head coach of the Turkish national team. Turkey trail by 2 right now.
The referee's just going to clean this up a bit. Fouls here on guys on Korkmaz. Just holding on to Malay.
Well, it's funny because the last trip down the floor, Malay and Jai was holding on to Korkmaz. So Korkmaz just trying to return the favor. He got caught.
Down the other end, Liam. Watch out for the defense from Al-Haji Ndiaye. Guarding Goulet. He's a real tough customer defensively. Talk about holding and pushing you. He'll do everything.
Enjoy. Now this is a bad matchup for Turkey.
Look out.
Enjoy's shot off the mark. Erden skies for the rebound.
Talk about mismatch. That is a serious mismatch. Turkey have got big inside the 4 and 5 position.
Savaş, baseline jump shot, short.
And then there's the problem. You got Savaş, who's usually a 5, playing the 4.
A bone-crunching screen from Njor and Sipahi.
It's a poor shot from Clevin Hanna. I'm not sure he really knew what to do there. He's looking for a passer to get the ball to. Had to shoot it.
Now Savaş, post up.
This is what Turkey want, the mismatch down the other end.
Savaş tries to move it on to Erden, and Erden just couldn't hang on to it.
Nice look, nice pass from Savaş.
You can see Coach Ataman there. You know the saying, you can't get closer than close. There's a player who stands 2 meters 11, who's about a meter from the basket, trying to give it to another player who stands 2 meters 11, a meter from the basket.
Look at your omens, Liam. You know, Ali Mohammed can't get the drop on 2 shots that rim around. That pass there should have been easy catch for Semi Eden. He's not quite looking Turkey's day, maybe.
Team may be struggling for confidence. Right now they're trying to dig in and defend, and the captain trying to set the example, and that turnover is caused by the dogged determination and terrific defense by Sinan Guler.
Just put his foot on the line, I think. El Hadji Njai might get a replay of that in a minute. There's Coach Fisak. Look at this. Left foot on the halfway line. Wait for his right foot there. Great spot. Oh, twice. Good spot for the referee. Knew what he was looking for, though. So easy.
Turkey still trailed by 2 points. On a couple of minutes now without a basket from either team. Erden trying to power it up. Semi Erden, just a beast inside.
Yeah, you can have all the jumping ability in the world, but if you've got the weight of Semi Erden, you can almost nullify it.
El Hadji Njai. And Budge in the game now for Senegal. No screen for Hannah. This one's going to be on Kinan Sapahi.
I think Sapahi's very unfortunate here. Budge is a moving screen, moving all over the place there for Sapahi. There you go. Here's the move from the big man. Great footwork too from Erden. Just held that right foot on the floor, flicked it in. Nice as you like.
Kept his pivot foot and got the 2 to fall. 10 seconds on the shot clock here now for Hannah and Senegal. And Dor. His baseline jumper is off the mark. Wow, this is a tough call against Semi Erden. You can see what he thinks about it. He's like, come on, ref, we're big boys in here. Let us play a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be a big problem for Turkey if they get into foul trouble with the bigs here. Looks like zone being called out by Ergen Ataman, head coach. Haven't seen a Turkish zone this tournament yet.
Well, Gouler's at the back of the zone. And Dor keeps it alive for Senegal. And Doy steps into a 3. That's off the back of the rim. Back come Turkey.
They had 9 3-pointers against Canada. They can't hit a barn door tonight.
Savaş draws a double team. Sapahi goes right down the lane. He can't convert. Great pass ahead. And Gouler with the foul. That's his second.
You know, when you block a shot, it's clear for everybody in the gym to see what you've done. When you just challenge a shot, make somebody change their shot, it's not as obvious, but that shot there from Kinan Sapahi, he had to put a different arc on it, something he's not used to, and therefore he missed it. It was one and done. Excellent defense from the Senegalese.
Mili Mamatolu's going to check in here for Turkey.
First points to the tournament for Antoine Mendy. 20 minutes for just his 2 rebounds in against the Canadians.
Nick, you're right for Turkey. It has been one and done for them so far. They only have 1 offensive rebound in this quarter, as contrasted with 3 for Senegal.
Well, if I was Coach Fisak, I'd be annoyed at every offensive rebound game by anybody that play an offensive foul here against Erden, possibly. Let's have a look at this. It is. It's against 10, I think. It's Meli Mamatolo. Just see what he did. Well away from the ball.
For Coach Ataman, these are annoying fouls. These are turnovers.
He's going to set this screen here.
Yeah, it just extends outside the cylinder of his body and pushes. I think Ndor made a little bit more of that than there was. But
well, you can't set screens like that, that's for sure. But it wasn't much in it.
Chino Niang comes in now for Senegal. It's his early touch. And Dor now, can he go at Savaş and try to beat him for quickness? He's going to try. His pass intercepted by Erden, so good defense by Osh Savaş.
Interesting there, Endor one-on-one with a much slower Savaş. No real speed about Endor that's going to blow by him.
Erden wants the ball in the low post. Has to step to the corner, doesn't get it. Minute to play here. Korkmaz! And you can see how he had to alter his shot because of the presence of Endor. Hannah, back to Antoine Mendy for the flush. Beautiful fast break by Senegal.
And you know what? Sometimes you just got to go up and lay it up. You know, if you come up with a different shot every time you go up there, just go up and get it done.
Well, you can see
Create
right now
contact.
the Turkish players are thinking about the presence of the Senegalese defenders, aren't they?
Complete intimidation, Liam. Complete intimidation. Fouls against Young. Beautiful pass here from Hannah back to Mendy. Mendy has 4 points now.
That's just a pretty give and go on the break and unselfish play by Clevin Hannah.
Well, they've got 9 out of the 11 points out of 2 players. Mendy has 4 and Endo has 5.
It's the first time that Turkey have gone to the line. You know, for a team that are throwing the ball inside a lot, it's taken them all of 9.5 minutes to get to the line. Mamatolu misses the first.
And against the Canadians, Liam, 19 of 34 from the free throw line. He couldn't get off the line.
Wow.
Tolo has a nightmare, doesn't he?
It is for a shooter to miss both free throws. Okay, closing seconds here of the opening stanza. Hannah lets fly. That's no good. Quick shot. Goulaire. Outlet to Ali Mohammed. What's he got for us? Mohammed backs it out. Sinan Goulaire with his 2 fouls.
Strange shot from Hannah. It's almost a 2 for 1, but
I think he was thinking that.
But they're going to get nothing at the end of this. A 3-second shot.
Ali Mohammed kicks to Mamatolu, has a long look at a 3. There it is. Well, there's not a portent of things to come for Turkey. Great defense by Sinan Goulaire. And Mendy doesn't get it off in time. Well, both teams will go to their benches. Turkey finished with a flourish on the 3 from that man there, Meli Mamatolu, and you're scored at the end of 10 minutes. Senegal up a penny. They lead Turkey 11-10. Nick, the numbers from this, what do you see?
Look at the 2-point shooting. 2 of 9 for Turkey, 2 of 7 for Senegal. 21 points in a quarter. That's got to be the lowest scoring quarter of the tournament, I think, of the 5 games we've seen so far. Go back to Meli Mamatolo, 4 of 4 for the tournament. He was 3 of 3 against the Canadians for his 9 points. And now he's 4 of 4, out-and-out shooter. Could you put him at the 1 position? Probably not. But he is an out-and-out stand-up, catch the ball with space and shoot the ball.
You're exactly right about the low scoring. In the first quarter yesterday, Senegal had 20 points against Canada. We have just 11 here. There are the Turkish players singing the Independence March. It's a song we know well. We've heard it so many times in the arena.
It's on my mind right now.
There you are. The Turkish fans will really love you for that. Well, it's been a fantastic couple of days here in Manila. The Filipino people have been gracious hosts. They love their basketball here in this part of the world. You get a look at the Senegalese fans. Les Lions, they are the Lions of Teranga against the 12 giant men from Turkey. Here's one of the giants for Turkey right here. Semi Erdan showing some interior post moves.
Of course, he's an ex-player of one of your favorite teams, Liam, isn't he?
Yeah, he played for the Celtics one season, 2010, 2011. He walked past me the other day coming out of the shooting practice. I was going to say, hey, Semi, how'd you like Boston? But he was too quick for me. Can you believe that? Guy that size moves pretty quick. He sees a journalist, he starts running the other way.
For a game that's a do or die, you look at the scoreboard, you think there's a lot of nerves out there. Both these two teams, well, the Senegalese 55 against the Canadians, having 20 at the end of the first period. They're going to struggle if they're not careful offensively.
Turkey come out with Goulaire, Ali Mohammed, Mamatolu, Ashik, and Savaş. Ali Mohammed finds space, and that's off the mark. Savaş with the offensive rebound, just the second offensive rebound for Turkey. He's stripped by Bosch. Great defensive play by Bosch. Here's Chino Niang. Oh, great pass by Niang to Mendy. Can't finish. Back come Turkey.
They're trying to run a play for Meli Mamatolo just now. Here he is. Yeah. Meli Mamatolo.
That's a heady play by Mamatolu. Just uses the drag screen of the trailing big. It's just a play in the flow of the game, recognizes it, and knocks down the elbow jump shot. Hannah, he lets fly with a 3. And that's Clevin Hanna's first three of the day.
I'd like to see a game suddenly just warming up a little bit here too. Wonder they'll run a play for Mamatolo again.
Sinan Gouler here on the wing. Look at the defensive side by Mbodges. He denies a low post spot for Omer Ashik. Right now, Ali Mohammed thinking about open shots. Pass that one up. Mamatolu, that's a tough shot. Off the mark. Ndor. Mendy fumbles the ball. His shot off the mark. Right now, this style of play will suit Senegal as the teams get up and down.
That's a poor shot from Antoine Mendy. And no, he had trouble catching the ball in the beginning with, then to fire off a three afterwards.
Here's Ali Mohammed, top of the key. Little bounce pass to Savage. Savage got away with the travel.
Oh, it's a fight under there right now. Actually, couldn't even get close to the rebound.
Hanna, his shot no good. Right now, the ball is incidental to the action. As Hanna says, I need a break. I'm going to foul Ali Mohammed here. Let's get a break, fellas.
I think he's coming out too. It's a good call. Lewis Adams set to come in. 5. It's a bit harem-scarum for about a minute or so there, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Made baskets, and all of a sudden we're in crazy town again.
This is not a game that Turkey want to get involved with. They do not want a track meet to break out here.
Now look at the lineup Turkey's got on the floor. They've got a big and Omer Ashik, and they've got 4 guards surrounding him. He's on small ball.
Birkan Batuk jumps in here for Turkey, gets his first touch.
Batuk could shoot it too.
Gouler, good fluency. Batuk, line drive of a shot, it's no good. Ali Mohammed with a rebound now. Will that fall for him? It does.
There you go. That'll settle him down. Mohammed and Chiono Nyang just having a few words with Chiono Nyang saying he's pulling my shirt, Rev. Ali Mohammed's just telling him to forget about it. This Fisak, head coach of Senegal. And down to run down the other end. European champion with his club Galatasaray this past season. He's a relative hero back in his, Istanbul.
Here's Ndor in the open floor. We'll give it to Mbodj. Good defense by Birkan Batuk. Gouler slides a bounce pass to Mohammed. Great spacing by Turkey. Outstanding spacing by Turkey. Gouler knocks down the 3. Pretty basketball by the 12 giant man of Turkey.
Well, especially as Meli Mamatolo gave up a shot. He's the hot hand out there. Nice work from Gouler. I think it's his first 3-point shot of the night.
Well, the last basket by Ali Mohammed was his first basket of the tournament. So Turkey right now enjoying a patch of good play.
Maurice Ndor looks exhausted right now. Hands on his knees. Birkan Batuk gets that fun. There's the 3 from Gouler.
Right now, Ali Mohammed is feisty. He's having a word with the Slovenian referee. Or I should say the Slovenian referee is having a word with him.
Look at the lineup for Senegal. They're trying to power the Turkish out off the floor. A couple of mismatches on that in that lineup.
And Budge, he doesn't even look to score. He'll give it to Mendy, who lets fly. And Budge tries to tip it up and in. It won't fall. Here's Ali Mohammed, picks up the loose ball on the open floor. To the trailer, Gouler. That won't fall. Last touch by Senegalese hand. You know, Mick, the shots aren't dropping for Turkey, but they're still getting good looks. They're passing the ball. They're finding the open man. It's just not getting any good fortune.
Well, you contrast it to other teams we've seen in the tournament. These guys are not afraid to shoot it. They know their responsibility. When they're open, they've got to shoot the ball. She's going to get feisty here, Liam.
Well, the stakes are high. Remember, whoever loses this game is out of the Olympic qualifying tournament. The dream of advancing to the 2016 Olympics in Rio comes to an end. The winners live for another day.
A lot of holding going on defensively.
Batuk was open on a deep basket cut, doesn't get it. Mohammed, Mamatolu. That's a tough shot by Mamatolu, but he makes it.
Now, all of a sudden, a 6-point lead. They've got to get Clevin Hanna back in this game, I would have thought.
Meli Mamatolu playing inspired basketball for Turkey. Can Senegal respond? pass to the corner. And Door's going to rise over Berkan Batum, and he strings it.
You know, I don't think you can get the ball to a player in a worse position in that tight corner.
Oh my goodness gracious me. And Bodge blocks that one with his elbow.
That lane in Senegal should come with a health risk for his players going in there.
Take a look at Ali Mohammed's forehead. It might say molten across it.
Got a big smile on his face because he knows he's going to have to hear it from the guards guarding him. It's back chat. And indeed, Chernan Young's getting right in his face to tell him about it.
He says, you know, I see that in practice every day. How you like it?
That's right. Like I warned you.
I told you, don't bring it to the big fella.
He said, why do you think I'll let you drive?
Meet my friend Sheikh Mbodj. That's the man right there with the block.
I'm not sure what the referees are looking at here, Liam. Who's come off last?
I'm wondering if they're, who got the last touch. That's Maurice Ndor right there.
The referee just want to see the replay of the block again?
I don't blame him. We haven't seen it yet. Let's hope we do.
Oh, he's signaling up to us, play of the day, I think.
That's an exciting passage of play. That's the Slovenian referee with the headset on. You can see just to the left in the corner of your screen, there's a contingent of Turkish fans here.
Oh, maybe a 2 or a 3 here for Batuk. You're not going to see from that angle. Not from Mamatolo, excuse me.
We'll see Nicolas Batum potentially in the next game when France come out. I was talking to Coach.
I would have thought this is something they could do at the end of halftime.
Yeah, it takes the players out of the rhythm, doesn't it? And
you know, this is incidental to what's going on right now. If it's a 2 or a 3, they can recorrect it later on.
Absolutely. I thought they were looking to see who touched it last on the end line, but we'll get a look at the players here. Sinan Gouler having a word with Lewis Adams. Well, this Olympic qualifying tournament.
Well, the 3-pointer, as we thought.
It is good. Let's see if we can see it here from a different angle.
It's going to be tight. It's going to be almost centimeters. Yeah. You don't actually get to see it unless you zoom it in, but it looked a 3.
This Olympic qualifying tournament in Manila, one of 3 tournaments taking place around the world. The other 2 in Turin and Belgrade. Thank you for joining us. Berkan Batuk on the wing. Guarded by Ibrahim Thomas, who's just in the game. Batuk missed a shot. And Asic is going to get called for the over-the-back foul.
And you know, you're not going to argue with that. Omar Asic just bullying his way in there. Looking at him, wants to know what the call is. That's just heady play from Asic. Hungry play if you want.
I think Ataman's looking at Berkan Batuk saying, what are you doing? His shot was wayward. Now Senegal, who trailed by 3 points. After a good defensive stand. Now can they turn it into points? Mendy, he can't score. Ali Mohammed comes up with it. Gouler to Batuk. Catch and shoot. That's no good. Quick release by Batuk. Mendy clears the boards for Senegal. Adams calls the half-court set its horns. 2 high picks. Here's Mbodj. Now, he's not really an offensive threat. Ibrahim Thomas, he can shoot those. That's no good.
Nice work from Mendy, really tried to get the offensive board, good position, just couldn't hold on to it.
Gouler. It drops. Well, Sinan Gouler is left-handed. He shoots that right-handed. Got a little bit of help from the rim, but that's no less than Turkey deserved.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fortune about this play here from Gouler. Turns the corner there, attacks Mbodj. I'm not sure he was looking to get that ball. Right hand too, nice play.
It's the kind of shot you make when you're playing horse. I'm gonna dribble and use my offhand. Now Sinan Gouler is just fighting for the rebound. He missed a free throw.
Nice play from Antoine Mendy. Picked him up after knocking him down.
baseline ball here for Senegal.
Yeah, look at the points in the paint there, Liam. Nothing really for Senegal. You think about the athleticism they have. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see. Almost backcourt.
Cherno Niang gets it across the half-court line. Just
the zone here for Turkey.
2-3 zone for Turkey. Ibrahim Thomas, second attempt at a three, no good. Omir Hasic gets the rebound with one hand and gets it to Sinan Guler. Guler! Quick release by Sinan Guler. He apologizes to the bench.
Go back to it again, you know, nothing coming inside for Senegal.
Nobody in the low post right now for Senegal on the ball side. We've got a timeout here coming. Senegal take the timeout. Coach Isak wants to talk about it. We're going to take a break here in Manila with the score 22-17.
Sinan bu tarafa çıkıyor. Furkan'ın tarafına. Pası direkt şeye veriyor. Buradan hemen Ömer pike geliyorsun. Baba, you try to take. Burada hemen Furkan yukarı gelsin ya da pik yap. Kuvar.
Welcome back to the Mall of Asia Arena. Welcome back to Manila. You're looking at Coach Ataman there, who just gave some instructions to his team. Senegal took a timeout, talked things over. Here's the last basket by Sinan Guler. Right-handed finish from the left-handed guard. That's the shot we looked at earlier. It is a three. Mele Mamatolu with a tough shot. Helped give Turkey a 5-point lead. Possession here to Senegal. Serene Gay checks in for the Lions. Promptly shoots the elbow jump shot. Terrific shot by Gay right at the death.
The way to
shot
come
clock.
off the bench, isn't it? Nice soft touch from the number 12.
Good positive contribution off the bench. Ali Mohammed still laboring. Now kicks. Where's Thomas going? He gets fouled from behind.
Korkmaz's second foul. I like that from the big man Thomas, because he had the three and they've been stuck on that three-point line all night. Penetrate into that zone, cause some havoc with your getting that ball in that blue area.
Ibrahim Thomas loves to shoot the threes. Watched him at the shoot around yesterday at the end of practice. Put 6 balls on the floor and shot them all from behind the arc.
There's the two from Gay. I say that's much needed too.
He just missed a miss from Senegal. Guler with the rebound. Kenan Sapahi in for Turkey. Korkmaz rises over Hamadi Njai. That shot off the mark. Right now, Turkey 4 for 15 from three-point line. As Cherno Niang lays it up and in.
Well, that is outstanding work from Niang. I'm not sure about the shot from Korkmaz. One-on-one isolation against a case almost 4 inches taller when you shoot the shot.
Yeah, settling for a jump shot, that's called, when you can probe, and that's better from Korkmaz. Terrific drive by Korkmaz.
That's much better from Korkmaz. Take it to the hoop, bring your defense forward. Well, where are the cutters? You need some runners for him.
Serene Gay spins, rises again from the free throw line. That ball falls softly off the rim, and Omid Asic makes sure it doesn't drop.
Okay, nice work from Thomas, too. The only real offensive rebounder in there, surrounded by 3 red shirts. Here's the drive from Korkmaz. Defense caught flat-footed and just rolls it over the shot block. That's much better. Omar Ashik's been a big presence. Didn't start, even first off the bench. My word, his effect has been solid.
Right now he's filling up the held position in the lane for Turkey. Less than 2 minutes to play here in Manila. Nya. Oh, impressive drive by Chino Nya.
I'll tell you what, somebody better go to Chino Nya defensively. Maybe come out of this zone. Go back man to man for Turkey, possibly.
Nya has 4 points. Turkey lead by 1. Oh, Gouler, terrific pass inside to Omar Ashik. Powers it up and in.
Yeah, that's nice work. A couple of handoffs, move the defense around a bit, then the pick and roll. Omar Ashik, the drive to the hoop, outstanding. And the ability to be under the bucket and to move the ball off your body to roll it round with the contact. That's NBA style right there.
Just excellent execution by Turkey. That's the second foul on Chino Nya. The third team foul on Senegal. There's Omar Ashik right now, who steps to the line to try and tack on his and one. Plays his basketball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Good hustle play there.
Well, Korkmaz chases in for the rebound over Endor's back. Endor didn't box out, he went after the ball. He was the one fumbled it out of bounds. Bit of contact, but couldn't have timeout here, Leah, before the inbound. Yeah.
Coach Ataman for Turkey wants the timeout. He'll burn one here. He'll have one left as we've got 1 minute and 30 to play.
Dinleyin şimdi şöyle oyun. Top burada değil mi? Topu buradan Sinan çıkartıyor.
Points and turnovers for Turkey.
Ömer burada.
10 points.
Furkan burada.
It's good
Semih.
production for the Turks. 7 turnovers for Senegal have led to 10 points for Turkey.
And I'll go back to the Canadian game yesterday. Came out and hit 3 threes in the first quarter, 20 points. After that, it was very much 10 points per quarter. And that is where Senegal are right now, 10 points per quarter. They have a real inconsistent offensive production. Interesting that Clevin has not been in since he left in early second quarter.
Right now, Maurice Ndor is leading the Senegalese in scoring with 8 points. Chino Niang has 4.
They just don't get him enough touches, do they?
Yeah, I think you're exactly
in
right.
good positions.
Yeah.
You know, where's his best place to score from? He's hit 2 threes from the same corner, and yet that was none of that yesterday. You know, Endor has to have a place, a soft, sweet spot on the court that he loves to get the ball in, but I don't see it happening.
2 for 3 from behind the arc as Ndor pass inside to Semi Erdan. And an excellent timeout here from Coach Ataman, who drew up a play which worked perfectly.
Yeah, the Senegalese switched the screen. That left big man Semi Erdan matched up with one of the guards. Ergan Ataman wants an unsportsmanlike foul here. I don't think there's any way that's going to happen. It's a play on the ball.
Just off your screen, here's Coach Ataman now talking to one of the referees. I think they came to an agreement
I love that.
of sorts.
You know, in coaching, when the referee's in your face, you don't say much. As soon as he walks away, you start talking to him. As soon as he can't hear you.
Semi Erdan knocks down that first free throw. Erdan, one of the members of that 2010 club, Turkey, who took the silver medal when the World Cup was hosted in Turkey.
All 3 of these bigs, isn't it? Erdan, Ashik, and Savas are all part of that team.
Ashik with the rebound, kicks to Erdan. Kenan Sapahi now, top of the key. Korkmaz inside to Erdan. Erdan, just terrific interior play by Semi Erdan. He let Hamadi Njai jump, go past him, kept his balance and composure, and then flushed.
That was just simple basketball. And how many times we've seen a pump fake against this team? I'd say 0. This will be the first one. Look at this little eyebrow fake.
Well, Hamadi Njai does his best Superman impersonation there.
I'm not sure that's shooting, though, Liam.
Could be on the floor. You're right. Is he in? I mean, the referee's supposed to say he's in the act of shooting, isn't he?
And he's bent down on the floor. But anyway, it's in the book.
And who's going to tell Sami Erden who's going to take the basket away from him?
Oh, especially Nurgan Atom. Neither gone ballistic on that one.
Well, Turkey have opened up a 7-point lead on the strength of interior play by Erden and an offensive rebound by Omer Ashik. Senegal. This is an important trip down the floor now for them. Right now, Turkey have got the net between their teeth. And Coach Fisak now wants to take his last time out with just over a minute to play. And the shot clock at 11 seconds for Senegal.
Don't forget to use hashtag FIBA OQT when posting about this event on your social media accounts. And you can also tweet at FIBA #sports.
Well, if you look at the points in the paint there, Turkey have dominated, haven't they? I think the bigs have played well today. Something that they maybe don't have the quickness, the Senegalese, but I think having that body space, that body volume, the weight they have inside for Turkey has really been a huge factor.
Şimdi ucuma geldiğiniz zaman şöyle oynayacağız. Direkt kenar. Topu buraya götürüyorsun. İlk piki Ömer yapıyor, ikinci piki Semih yapıyor. Buradan ilk önce Birkan çıkıyor. Tamam, buraya çıkıyor. Pası veriyoruz. Ondan sonra gene Ömer gidiyor, Semih geliyor. Buradan Furkan şuta geliyor. Ya şut ya buradan içeri Semih'e pas veriyoruz. Bu şekilde oynuyoruz hücumda. Tamam mı? Devam. Style yapıyoruz. Böyle oynuyoruz.
There's a strong finish by Sami Erden with a one-handed flush.
Minimal contact too.
Erden really enjoyed that. He emotes after the flush. Erden with 8 points. Turkey lead by 7 now with 1:03 to go. Malay. Turnover picked up by Korkmaz. Kenan Sapahi will settle Turkey into their half-court set. 8th turnover for Senegal. Erden spins baseline. Right-handed jump hook, no good. Good defensive stand by Endor. Gay. He probes on the dribble drive. And 3 seconds called on Hamadi Njai.
Wow. Don't often see the 3-second call on a drive to the hoop. It's unfortunate for the Senegalese there. And Fisak knows full well it was a little hard done by on that one. And that for Turkey.
With 28 seconds to go here. Now Turkey will lead by 7. And no doubt they're going to want to go deep here in the shot clock.
Turnovers for Senegal. They've had a hard time in certain areas. Just moving the ball from one player to another.
Okay, stop. Okay, we start the attack. Last 8 seconds. Last 8 seconds. Burada pik yapıyoruz şu an Birkan'a. Birkan buraya doğru kat ederken.
Pass the ball deep. Deny. Get. Okay, guys. These guys. This yet. That's right. But in offense, only transition. Everybody opens.
Mick, if you are Turkey with 28 seconds, do you want to go deep in the shot clock here and try to limit the opportunity for Senegal to come back and score? Or are you just looking for the first best good look you get?
You don't want to give them 10 seconds down the other end, do you? You've got to run this clock right down.
Ali Mohammed comes in for Turkey. He's guarded by Maurice Ndor, top of the key. And that's exactly what Ali Mohammed is doing. Senegal have no fouls to give. Ali Mohammed rises for the 3, and he strings it. Ali Mohammed strings a 3 over Hamadi Njai. Now Senegal closing seconds. Well, that is a sigh of relief for Ali Mohammed, a sigh of relief for the Turkish players. You can see Mohammed gets a slap on the back, a well-deserved pat on the back by his teammates as Turkey go into the change room up by 10 over Senegal.
Well, if you're talking about one play that might ignite one player's day and tournament, really, 5 3-pointers for Turkey in the end. One of them being Ali Mohammed's. And that has been a key. The shooting of Turkey this first half has been the real bane of Senegal's life. Rebounding has belonged to Senegal slightly. When you come to the turnovers in a minute, that will be something that I think Coach Fisak at halftime will want to highlight. 9 turnovers in the 20 minutes. Not that bad until you double it up maybe for the whole game, and you're close to 20 turnovers. You're not going to win many games at this level with 20 turnovers.
Yeah, we know it's led to 10 points, at least 10 points from the last graphic for Turkey. And, you know, Senegal didn't have much of a preparation period coming in. They only played 3 preparation games, 2 against Tunisia, 1 against Angola. I think they're still finding their identity, but sadly, the stakes are really high because it's an elimination game.
Hey, listen, they came against 20 points in the first quarter against Canada. You can't start the tournament that way and never see that sort of style and that sort of form again. There's no way that can be the only highlight of your tournament. You should be getting better and better. And right now, 23 points after 20 minutes of play is to the point of being unforgivable.
We'll take a break here from Manila. Come back and join us in 10 minutes for continuing coverage of the 2016 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Well, good evening and welcome back to Manila. Welcome back to the Philippines, known as the Pearl of the Orient. And that man right there, Ali Muhammad, he's trying to become a Pearl. That last basket, the three, to close the first half in this game between Senegal and Turkey. Turkey lead by 10 points. You get a look at the teams going through their warm-up here at the beginning of the second half. Just a reminder, this is an elimination game. Whoever wins this advances to the semifinals of this Olympic qualifying tournament here in Manila. As a reminder, there are 3 Olympic qualifying tournaments, one in Manila, one in Turin, and one in Belgrade. The winner of this tournament will go to Rio. This is action from Group A. Both of these teams come into tonight's game with a loss to Canada. Canada have advanced to the semis. So whoever wins this one has a chance to advance to the semis. The dream of advancing to Rio is still very much alive. My name is Liam Canny. I'm joined by my partner, Mick Bett. Mick, we've enjoyed the first half between Senegal and Turkey in this clash.
Yeah, what a great game it's been so far, and it's been all Turkey. If you take that last 5 minutes of that game, Turkey dominated, and that's why we got a 10-point lead as we are right now. Looking at Senegal's game, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, but you know, you think that's not many free throws, but they only shot 12 against Canada, 8 of 12 for that game. So that's not really anything to sort of cry about. 3 of 12 from the three-point line, 5 of 16 from inside the arc. For a team as athletic and as long and as big as the Senegalese team is, they only score 5 of 16 in the lane. If you look what they did against Canada, it was unbelievably 10 of 40. So this is a team that underperforms close to the bucket. How does that happen? I haven't got the answers for you.
Well, you've got tremendous size in Hamady Njai, Ibrahima Thomas. They both stand well, Njai is 2 meters 13, Thomas 2 meters 11. Maurice Ndor, who kind of plays a 3 position for the Senegalese team. He's 2 meters 6, and he plays on the perimeter. Shekin Budge also plays on the interior. He's 2 meters 8.
What it tells you is there's not many players in this team that really want to get down and dirty, get offensive rebounds. Tell me how many offensive rebounds they have. Let's have a look. We've got 5 for Senegal and 7 for the Turks. Well, at one point, the Turks only had 1 offensive rebound. So they really played well the second part of that second period.
Well, Senegal break the huddle with Clevin Hanna, Ndor, Hamady Njai, Ndoye, and Antoine Mendy here. Antoine Mendy's shot is no good. The ball ends up in the hands here of Clevin Hanna. We have a Turkish player on the floor. Turkey start this half with Omer Ashik, Sami Erdan, Malay Mamatolu, Ali Muhammad, and Sinan Guler, who's on the floor just now.
Not often you see players go down and stay down. It's an ankle again, I'm sure.
There's a grimace there from
the back. He goes down and stays down. Almost like a counter knee, maybe. It's definite an impact on that knee.
Looks like it's a Charlie horse, maybe, from contact with Hamady Njai. He's not the kind of guy you want to run into. Ali Muhammad holding on to Clevin Hanna. Muhammad gets across the top of the screen. Oh, good defense by Ali Muhammad, and he draws the offensive foul.
Yeah, Clevin Hanna didn't use the pick and roll the first time, then refused it the second time, and the referees have caught him for hooking up on the defense. Ali Muhammad, a big smile on his face.
There's Sinan Guler, who's getting some attention from the physio. The Turks have been through the wars, as Jetty Osman also injured down the end of the bench to our right. He's dressed, he's got a uniform on, but he hasn't played yet. Turkey with their first opportunity to score here in the second half. Right now, Sami Erdan to Ashik. Ashik.
He was tripped. The referees just said nothing about it, didn't want anything to do with it.
Malay Njai, his shot, no good.
Well, nobody could shoot it right now for the Senegalese. Having a nightmare from the three-point line.
Pass inside, Njai kicks it back out. Extra pass to Ndor. Ndor on the baseline, knocks it down.
Well, Malay goes in there and he pump fakes. You know, he must be able to jump higher than anybody in the gym, and he's pump faking somebody. Something's not quite right. It's up from Ndor though. Double figures now, I think, Liam. Yeah, 10 points.
Ali Muhammad now. His shot is blocked. We've got a foul here on Clevin Hanna. Right now, It's a good little one-on-one battle between Hannah and Ali Muhammad.
Ali Muhammad at some point barrels over Clevin Hannah. Let's have a look. Is there a little push off here? And then what does Clevin Hannah, how is that a foul?
That's a good question. And that's exactly what Clevin Hannah's asking the referee right there.
He said he should have got out of his way. I was on the floor, mate.
Well, Mr. Perez, who referees in the Spanish League, was explaining to Clevin Hannah, who plays in the Spanish League. Hannah better stay on the good side. The referee's going to see him all season. Don't want to irritate him in the summer. Muhammad knocks down both free throws. Clevin Hannah plays for Bilbao Basket in the Spanish ACB. And he's going to step out is Hannah, replaced by Tierno Nya, who gave good minutes off the bench in the first half. Hannah picked up his 4th personal foul, Mick, on that foul. That's why he's heading to the bench.
That's key.
In the lane, that is hard off the backboard, but Antoine Mendy gets his own rebound.
That's caught a pass.
He's padding his stats right there. Gets an offensive rebound and a basket.
There was people behind the backboard just going for cover. So that was heading their way.
Erdan. Oh, behind the back. Semi Erdan, don't do that. Osik says, don't give it to me.
Oh, my word. And Erdan turns to Coach Adam and apologized because that helter-skelter was starting with the circus pass.
That's a terrific look from
He's
Coach
saying, why me?
That's a man.
Why me? Good job he doesn't play for my club.
Oh, terrific. Erdan coaches Galatasaray in the Turkish league. I mean, Erdan plays for Darüşşafaka. Ataman coaches Galatasaray in the Turkish league.
Shot clock's running down deep here.
Antoine Mendy probes on the dribble drive, and that is a terrific drive from Mendy.
That's as soft as defense as you'll find from Turkey. End of the shot clock, and they give up a layup.
Ali Muhammad, ball at the top of the key. Sinan Guler steps to the scorer's table in front of you. Muhammad draws the foul on Tierno Nya. I thought this was pretty good defense, actually. We've got a technical foul here on the Senegalese bench.
Bench has got it. I'm not even sure who. I'm looking up, see who's standing up. There's a guy behind the benches. There's the move from Mendy there. And soft defense from Korkmaz gave it up deep in the shot clock.
Well, off your screen right there, you can see the bench is looking quizzically as to see
I think you got to go further down the bench.
who got the
Find
technical.
the
Everyone's
culprit.
looking down the bench to the left.
Yeah, see, they're all
Everyone's
looking down.
looking
Who
left.
was it? Everybody's pointing a finger.
Everyone's ducking now, and the technicals are flying. Wasn't me. But just to inform our viewers, the technical means 1 free throw for Turkey. Ali Muhammad takes it, and then Turkey also get possession. The guy in the hat is the last guy down. There's nobody next to him. He's the team manager. Good defense by Ndoye. Mamatolu to Ali Muhammad, who lets fly, and that's in and out. Erdan with the offensive rebound. His shot's off the mark.
Yeah, nice work from Erdan. Get an offensive rebound like that off the missed shot from Mohamed. Goulet gives up the strategic foul. So he's going to get a little feisty again, I think. A little period in the first half, I thought it might kick off, but
Stakes are high.
Yeah, exactly right, Liam.
Ndor wants to get in a 2-man game here on the wing.
So slow getting into the set.
Malay Ndoye rises. That's an accomplished finish by Malay Ndoye.
That's a good spot there. Mismatch with Goulet guarding Ndoye.
It's Ndoye's first basket of the evening. Comes in the second half. Into Erdan in the low post. Faces, Ndor bangs. Drops it off to Ashik. That's the big man union right there, where one big fella gives it to another. This time it wasn't behind the back, it was a little shovel pass.
Endor's foul, Liam. Getting close to a double-double, Endor. 10 points, 6 rebounds.
Second personal foul on Endor. He got in foul trouble yesterday against Canada, ultimately fouled out, and he's a key component of the Senegalese team. They can ill afford to play without him. Take a look at some Turkish fans there. Turned up in their numbers to support their national team. Ashik came up with the Fenerbahce club. Misses the second free throw. Fenerbahce Istanbul. Oh, nice hesitation. And he's played well tonight, Nick. Chidonyan with another lay-in.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Ali Mohammed was on that. Got picked off too easy. Nobody needed to help or could come over and help.
Berkan Batuk comes to the scorer's table. He might be a defensive substitute. Ali Mohammed finds space, top of the key. No good. Semi Erdan with the offensive rebound. Erdan spins, powers it up and in, and he shouts and one to the referee.
They're getting battled down right now, Senegal. We have to find some answers to that problem of Semi Erdan.
Chidonyan trying to break down Ali Mohammed. Oh, Maurice Endor finds space on the perimeter. That's off the mark. Erdan with a defensive rebound for Turkey. And Ndoye commits the foul to stop the break.
Only 2 shots to Senegal over. They've been, look at a tough move there from Semi Erdan. That's why he's a tough customer in that low post. Doesn't get enough touches for my liking.
Those team fouls against Senegal. This will send Semi Erdan to the line here for Turkey.
2 free throws for Semi Erdan.
Erdan makes the front end. Turkey lead by 7 here as we approach the midway mark of the third quarter. Good touch by Semi Erdan. Knocks them both down. Malay Ndoye shovels a pass to Hamady Ndiaye, who's stripped.
Tough play there. I think Erdan had the ball in his hands. And steady work from somebody. It must have been Young who went after it too, just to hustle it out of his hands. I think may have come off his leg last of all.
We're looking at the shot clock. It's 14 seconds on the shot clock for Senegal. I think the referees want there to be 11. This is interesting because the referees, I guess, are saying, Mick, that there wasn't a clear change of possession, so the shot clock doesn't reset. It's going to stay at 11.
Yeah, I think it was a fumbled rebound that was nobody, like you said, nobody got possession of it.
Endor in the high post. Kicks to the corner, extra pass to Ndoye, who knocks down a 3. A timely 3 for Senegal from Malay Ndoye.
Huge shot. This is 5th point to the game, Malay Ndoye as well. That's a big, big shot for them. I don't think they've hit a 3-point for a long time.
Reduces the deficit to 5. Can Turkey respond? Mohammed top of the key. In and out. Mohammed's just 2 for 11 from the floor.
We've seen that before, haven't we? In and out 3.
Antoine Mendy drops a pass to Hamady Ndiaye. Oh, Mendy drops a dive to Ndiaye, who does the rest. And Senegal, with 5 points in quick succession, sent Turkey to the bench for a timeout.
I'll tell you what, Antoine Mendy has not been a big figure in terms of production.
İkili al onu. İkili al. Buradan yoksa buraya verirse buradan Bobby'ye veriyorsun topu. Bobby, wait.
There's the scoring
Buradan
by
gel
percentages.
driplingler,
Look at the
handoff'tan pick,
64% third
Semih.
period.
Pike
You look at the
geliyorsun,
2-point
tekrar.
percentage, they were abysmal at halftime for Senegal. Now they're actually just under 50%. 48% for the game is higher than the Turkish percentage. The one difference between the two teams right now is the free throw shooting. 4 of 4. The only free throws Senegal have shot in this game. Turkey now, there's the three for Malay and Doy that really set this little run off. 5-0 run. The extra pass made. The closer from Mamatolo, not quite good enough. Turkey have downsized, so they're going to go one big now and 4 guards. There's the last pass from Antoine Mendy. I was about to say, he's been a real big factor in this game, in the little things that don't get seen, perhaps.
A good timeout from Ataman to try and stem the momentum, bring it back Turkey's way. The measure of a good offensive timeout is, can you come out and execute a good set, get a good shot. Güler, his three's on the way. The perfect riposte from Turkey. Senegal Güler nets a triple.
Well, they ran all the way through that offense, deep into time, and the veteran Güler comes up trumps.
Güler leading from the front. That's a big shot. He has 8 points tonight.
Güler hand up straight away to admit the foul. As Malay and Dye's just getting a wallet check there.
Well, this is a big moment in the game, Mick. It's the 4th foul on Sinan Güler. Really unfortunate for Turkish fans. He's just netted a 3. He's just recovered from his injury. He's going to go back to the bench with 4 fouls.
Well, there's mismatches all over the place now. It's just a matter with...
And Doy puts some tape on the floor on that spot. Malay and Doy loves it. He's knocked down his 2nd 3.
Well, he was 2 of 4 yesterday for the 3-point line. He's definitely heating up. 8 points this quarter.
Well, we've got a good game brewing now. 3 points between the two teams. Mamatolu feeds the post. Erdan trying to go to work in the mismatch. Erdan lost the ball. Andor in the open floor. He lost the ball. But Took comes up with it. He travels. No call.
Yeah, key turnover there for Senegal.
But Took. This is a strange call for me, Mick. The referee on the baseline is calling 3 seconds when Erdan's fighting for position. He hasn't gained any advantage. The defensive player is between him and the basket.
Do you not think that's an advantage, though?
No. I was preaching. I thought you were going to give me an amen. You're going to...
No, it's not. It's not a good call, but he's getting advantage.
He's trying to establish position. That happens every possession. Big men are trying to establish position, and you're going to choose to call a 3-second call?
I agree. It's not a great call. It's the 2nd or 3rd one we've seen this game. You hardly ever seen them. Yeah, the referees, all of a sudden, it's going to be one of those games where we talk about calls rather than plays. Foul moving screen here.
It's the same referee who makes the call.
Screen here. Definitely a screen. The Njai. It's just the little.
I don't see a lot of that either, to be honest. Ali Mohammed. Oh, blocked by Hamidi Njai. Erdan goes strong to the tin. And this foul, I think, is going to be on Hamidi Njai. The Senegalese bench to our left have to be careful.
The referees can't get lost in the emotion here. Mr. Perez just looking down. Look, there's the welcome to the block club for Ali Mohammed again. What a play from Njai. Eden gets the rebound. He's surrounded by 4 players from Senegal. Takes his time. One fake there. Now it's the reach down in a minute from Njai. Again.
As soon as you know better than I do, but as soon as big men break that plane of verticality and move their hands down, they're inviting the call, aren't they?
Well, the ball had left his hand. You know, it's one of those you think, when 4th quarter, will it get called?
Semi Erdan knocks down the first free throw. And misses the second. It's the first miss from the charity stripe for Erdan. Correct that, the second. He's 5 for 7 from the line.
Proven to be their Achilles heel again. 7 free throws missed.
Loose ball.
Down there somewhere.
What's the call here?
Offensive call, offensive foul.
We'll see. Hamady Njai thinks he has the dunk. Instead, it's going to be an offensive foul against him. It's a wry smile from Hamady Njai.
That's a good call, I think, because he's just completely barreled over Erden.
Erden's going to establish position just above the halo.
That's a good call.
Those are two big bodies going at it, and the referee's got that spot on, I think. Look at that look from Hamady Njai. Well, Njai's picked up his fourth personal foul, so he has to come out of the game. So Clevin Hanna and Hamady Njai, 4 fouls for Senegal. Ali Mohammed, a little hesitation. The runner, high, off the mark. You can see how the Turkish players are aware of the shot blocking capacity of Senegal. Oh my heavens, goodness gracious me! Maurice Ndor! What the dunk!
That was welcome to the camera club. Somebody got in the end of that dunk on the photograph.
Wow, the game is starting to bristle here. Turkey lead by just 2 points. They have led by as many as 7. Watch this.
Here's the replay. Nobody boxed him out. Nobody thought to put a body on Maurice Ndor, and for their sins, that's what they got. Erkan Batuk just managed to get out of the way, hide his face.
Erden has 13 points tonight, the only player for Turkey with double digits. He's 5 for 8 from the free throw line.
That rim is proven to have a lid on it when the free throws come around for the Turks. He missed 15 free throws yesterday, 19 of 34 against Canada.
They're now 9 for 17. Make that 9 for 18. Just shooting 50% as a team from the line.
Smart tip from Ndor as well.
Chirnonya, top of the key for Senegal.
Pretty little pattern, nobody's touched it yet.
And Jaw, his shot partially blocked by Erden. Kenan Sapahi.
The Turks don't break. They just slow it down, run an offense.
Sapahi to Erden. Erden swarmed by white jerseys, kicks to Mamutolu, lines up the 3, short. Erden comes up with a loose ball. Erden powers it up, and he is fouled. Well, Erden, Mick, has been a colossus in this game. He's everywhere. A lot of positive play for the interior player from Turkey. The question is now, can he knock down some free throws?
Yeah, Deloy Ndoye with the foul there, the 15, the man from Chalon in the eastern side of France. Just ended up in his hands, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
He didn't have to work very hard. It's the pump fake that sells all 3 defenders. You get bodies in the air, you just move your body underneath them, and you'll draw contact.
Well, Erden with 8 rebounds, 4 offensive, 4 defensive. Just struggling to knock it down.
All of a sudden, you start missing free throws as a team. It becomes just goes right through everybody. The confidence drains away from you.
Now the crowd starts to enter the game behind us as they make some noise. Erden goes 1 for 2 from the line. He'll be spelled now by Omer Ashik. So closing seconds here. Alley-oop, too high for Maurice Ndor. Ashik had it. He's swarmed by white jerseys. You can see the desire by players from both teams.
Wow, what a play that would have been. Just a little off target, that lob play for Ndor.
Now Omer Ashik's going to be called for the foul. Let's see if we can see it right here.
He just pushes down. He just pulled the
arm
there.
I see it right there.
Of Abdullah Ndoye. 14 foul for Turkey, so not quite the bonus yet.
34 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 3 points separate the two teams. Mendy.
They got to start posting up these Turkish.
High arching shot. by Ndoye. And you know, Mick, I have to question this substitution. You're bringing in a player who hasn't played throughout the game. It's, you know, the last few minutes of the third quarter in an elimination game. That's hard circumstances for the young 15 for Senegal to come into. Here's Ali Mohamed between the circles.
Just the size defensively that helps the Senegalese team.
Mohamed, Batuk, fadeaway three, short. Just couldn't quite get a good clean grasp on the basketball. Berkan Batuk. Well, at the end of 3 quarters of play here in Manila in this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, Turkey lead by 3. There's your score, 46-43.
You know, there's an element to this game is that 2 shots have gone up the last 2 minutes of this game. One from Mamatola was way short. The one from Batuk was way short. Senegal 5 of 17 from the 3-point line. Turkey 6 of 22. Turkey right now, 10 minutes, there's the element they believe they can lose. And that is not good for a player. 36-28, the rebounding. If Senegal could clean up the rebounds, i.e. get every defensive rebound from now on in or limit the offensive ones, they've got a big chance of turning this one over.
Well, there's 11 offensive rebounds for Turkey, which is something that you definitely want to eliminate if you're Senegal.
Most of them gone to one person, Semi Eden. Eden has 4 of his 8 have been offensive rebounds.
So speaking of 4, Mick, Clevin Hanna has 4 fouls for Senegal.
And hasn't been a factor, really. I think they played better without him. Maurice Endor. Malay Ndoye has been outstanding. There's the injury to Goulet that was really key.
Chino Nias played well at the point guard, too, for Senegal.
Absolutely. And, you know, the resurgence of Ali Mohamed, a.k.a. Bobby Dixon. 5 minutes of that third period, all of a sudden, where was he? He was in there, but he wasn't.
Yeah, Ali Mohamed just 3 for 11 from the floor. He made that shot at the end of the second quarter. We thought this might be his rhythm, but he's still struggling to find it. Well, certainly an entertaining third quarter of basketball, as you see Hamadi Ndiaye, another player who's in foul trouble for Senegal. And Ndiaye with 4 personal fouls as well. And that blighted the Senegalese in their loss to Canada. Remember, Maurice Endor had 4 fouls. He ultimately fouled out before the game was over. So Turkey come out with Ali Mohamed, Kenan Sipahi, Omar Asic, Berkan Batuk, and Furkan Korkmaz. Here's Mohamed in space. In and out.
Good look, though. Worked him well open on the perimeter. He'll get those shots if he works hard to get open.
Senegal have Ndoye, Chino Nias, Ndor. Here's Malay Ndoye. Shot from the corner, short. And Antoine Mendy rounds out the starting 5 for Senegal. Ali Mohamed around the high screen of Ashik. Berkan Batuk, can he get something going for Turkey? He can't. What a rebound by Malay Ndoye.
There's a difference between Ashik and Eden. Ashik a little less mobile.
3-point shot on the way. And I think Coach Fisak needs to go to the bench, Mick. Abdoulaye Ndoye is going to find his way rooted to the bench. Korkmaz with the easy lay, and it won't fall for him. Asic had it momentarily. He can't get a handle on it.
Yeah, Hamadi Ndiaye. Oh, we got a technical foul here. Yeah, we do indeed against Ashik. I'm not sure what for.
He doesn't know either. It's the Algerian referee again.
I think a little push in the back. You know, there's a difference here. Look, let's ball in his hands. A little slippy maybe. He gets up and then see what happens there. Little push.
Oh, a little push there, yeah.
Not much in it. Handbags. Hamadi Ndiaye is going to come back in the game now to replace Abdoulaye Ndoye, which is a good move, which you talked about, Liam.
Yeah, I think it's just hard circumstances for Abdoulaye Ndoye to play in, 20 years old, and he hasn't played much.
They're going to call it unsportsmanlike foul, not technical. The 3 referees conferred, and they say, well, it's not, and exactly right. How is that a technical? A push? It's not. It's more unsportsmanlike than anything. That's difference in the fact it's 2 shots in possession as opposed to, I believe, one shot
for the technical. Exactly right.
Not that I know my rules that well in technicals.
You got
it
that
changes
one right.
so often.
I thought you know a bit about technicals.
Yeah,
from your coaching days.
yeah,
You must
but
have
it
seen a few of
changes.
those.
They used to shoot 10 in the old days.
You're going back a little bit, dating yourself.
They used to make the opposite coach shoot them. That was when they used to play outdoors.
My goodness.
Peach basket up on the
You're
wall.
going back a long way. Well, this Olympic qualifying tournament goes back a long way as well, all the way back to 1960 when the Olympics were held in Rome. You're looking at the Slovenian referee, looking at the clock again, the monitor again.
I'm going to tell you something else, Liam. I learned since coming to the Philippines in 1936, the Philippine team went to the 36 Olympics, the very famous Olympics.
Berlin.
It took them 2 months to get there.
Oh, my
They
goodness.
sailed to France a month and then 3 weeks by train to get to Berlin. So it would have been quicker walking, perhaps. I don't know. Trains in those days. But halfway through the tournament, they said it's going to take too long to fulfill the tournament requirements. He said, if you lose now, you're out.
Wow.
And the Philippines played the Americans next game and lost.
Welcome to Berlin.
Yeah, exactly right. It was quite an interesting bit of Olympic history there.
Well, with the free throws,
Look at the
Senegal
percentage
now
there,
trail
free
by
throw
one.
percentage.
Pass just a
Liam,
little
10
bit too
of
high.
20 free throw percentage for Turkey, 100%. But I go back to what the Senegal are, the 6 of 6. They just don't shoot enough, don't get to the free throw line enough. They're too finesse for their own liking.
It's a 15th turnover for Senegal.
It won't matter if they win the game, that's for sure.
That's right. All that matters is how many points you have on the board compared to your opponent. Good sweet move by Omer Ashik. And if it's on Hamadi and Jai, it'll be bye-bye. That'll be his 5th.
He's hardly taking a breath on the floor, has he? And he's out with 5.
It's unfortunate for Senegal. Check and Budge is going to step in here for Senegal. He's an able substitute, is Check and Budge, a real shot-blocking presence. And Jai just paying tribute to his teammates, urging them on.
I think we've come up for a recount at the scorer's table.
Ashik to Sapahi. Sapahi turns the corner. That's a runner, no good, not the best option from Kenneth Sapahi, maybe showing his youthfulness. Sapahi just 21 years old, and he's coming out. He's gonna go right into the coach's doghouse with that, although you can't see it. That is the substitute who's come in, Mamatolu.
If Ataman had a crook, he'd have just hooked him off the court straight away.
He's right down to the end of the bench next to Jetty Osman, who's injured and won't play. But reverses to Mamatolu. Mamatolu. He's trying to find space. Good defense by Antoine Mendy. Batuk lets fly. And the bank's open here in Manila.
He's looking over to the bench. I think he's apologetic look.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
He shrugged his shoulders
Should
to
be looking to the
Batuk.
Senegalese bench for apology.
Just 1 for 5 from behind the rainbow. Chinonyak behind the back, kicks and Budge. His shot long.
Oh, shoot it, buddy.
Yeah. The Turkish bench are up because they feel the ball doesn't strike the rim, so the shot clock should not be reset. The shot clock operator reset it to 14 when you get an offensive rebound. I think Turkey are just questioning this.
You know, Liam, in tennis, when you make a shot that you don't intend to make, you apologize to your opposition, don't you?
I guess.
So Burkan Batuk banks it from the three-point line. Shouldn't he hold his hand up and say, sorry, mate?
He did shrug his shoulders, as if to say, it all depends on whether or not you call it, right? If you call board, then you can claim it.
You got to call it before it leaves your hand. You can't call it afterwards, can you?
Well, Batuk, to be fair to him, was getting it up because the shot clock was running down. Speaking of shot clock, we're looking at it now. That's Coach Fisac in the center of your screen there, the Spanish coach of Senegal. Coaches San Sebastian club in the ACB. So this tournament, Mick, the Olympic qualifying tournament, stretches all the way back to 1960. More recently, 2012, it was in Caracas, Venezuela. Before that, in Athens, 2008. It's the first ever appearance for Senegal at this Olympic qualifying tournament. The second for Turkey. They were in this tournament in 1992 in Spain, but didn't qualify. They're hoping, both of these teams hoping to get to the semis. So I guess the referees say it did strike the rim, so the shot clock is set, reset to 14. Ndoye. Just the one dribble, picks it up. That's a tough shot from the corner by Ndoye. It's off the mark. Budge with the offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
Yeah, was a little nudge from Budge on Burkan Batuk. Just moved him out of the way. No, Batuk's not complaining, that's for sure.
Well, he's going to make Chekin Budge earn his 2 free throws here. Look at Coach Ataman. It's been a tough day at the office for him.
Assistant coach Ufuk Sharika next to him looking for answers too. 100% from the free throw line continues for this Senegalese team.
Nice touch. There's Coach Lefebvre pulling on the whiskers. Looking for wisdom. The referee just stops play here to dry off the ball. Well, it's, who's going to hold their nerves here? Just 2 points. And a pressure game. Meli Mamatolu. Ali Mohammed, that's just inside the arc. It's just off the mark. And 3 white jerseys couldn't gather it in.
Well, you fight over your own defensive rebound. That's a cardinal sin for a team. You cannot fight your teammate for the ball. Look at these 2 guys. Both go after it. Both want to grab it in. And the ball is a little slick. It was wiped off the other end.
When did Turkey come back with Sinan Guler? He has 4 fouls.
Well, maybe the injury's keeping him out. But the other thing is they've upsized.
Erdan. That's a terrific move by Semi Erdan. Just couldn't get the drop.
Mr. Chippy too. Ergan Ataman ruined that miss.
He'll exchange it now with Ali Mohammed. Ali Mohammed lets fly. And that just wouldn't fall for Ali Mohammed. You feel for him now. Mohammed 2 for 16 from the floor. Now Turkey had a chance to break.
It's a slick ball right now. Fancy that missed dribble there from Yanni. He's wiping his hands. There's a lot of sweat and perspiration out there.
17th turnover against Senegal. Korkmaz. Korkmaz is called for an offensive foul here. Oh, Erdan.
No, it's against Erdan. I think it's a little moving screen. Ataman can't believe it. I wonder if Erdan has just pushed somebody in the back. In the middle of your screen there. There's a little nudge, not much in it. It was Malay Ndoye that went flying, or did the theatrics to look like he'd gone flying.
Semi Erdan right now is getting mixed up with Chekin Budge. Here's Maurice Ndoye. Spins this way, spins that way, and gets called for the travel.
You know, Ndoye gets the first pass, gets plenty of separation with his defender. He's got a wide open 3, but he suddenly sees his teammate wide open to the bucket. He gets caught between 2 minds, and you cannot pass up jump shots. Ndoye's a good shooter.
Ndoye with 12 points. He's the leading scorer for Senegal this evening.
He's hit 2 threes too. Is back exactly where you call for Liam.
Yeah, Sinan Guler back in the game. I think this is important for Turkey here. Ali Mohammed, oh, what a terrific pass to Omer Ashik. And he draws the foul. He's like a magician here, Ali Mohammed.
Ashik's traveled, I think, before he's done
I agree with you. I completely agree there.
He's walked into the move, walked into the shot.
Okay, sometimes where the walk causes the foul. Omar Ashik. You can see how winded he is. It's a battle inside the interior for these bigs from both teams.
He's 3 of 9 for the tournament from the line. 3 of 10 now. I seem to remember in 2010 being a little profligate from the free throw line.
He's 1 for 4 today, and that word profligate didn't escape me. I'm impressed with your use of the English language. second from 2. Wasteful, I think it means. Profligate. Wasteful. Gotta keep it simple. I'm American. Clevin Hanna's in the game with his 4 fouls. And Bunch, that's a high screen. Nice flash to the high post by Bunch. Now he's looking for a guard to give it to. Somebody come and get it. Shot clock running down. Deep threes on the way. Just off the mark.
That's tough luck on Endor. Endor's got this foul. Ashik's got the ball in 2 hands. Endor goes after it. That's hard luck. You know, I think Isak there is just living every moment as you do as coach. Big shake of the head.
Well, Turkey want to take a timeout to talk about this, and this will be Coach Ataman's second timeout this half. He has 1 left, with his team up by 3 points, and with 5:11 to play, we'll take a break here in Manila. There's the turnovers for Senegal, 18 turnovers, which has led to 18 points for Turkey.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Liam, you look at the scoreline, it's meaningless, isn't it? You're not going to get any of that back now. All you got to do is look forward to this next 5 minutes, 11 seconds. Plan your way to prove or to make this situation into a winning situation. Field goal percentage. 35 for the game, 29 for Turkey, 0% for Senegal this quarter.
Yes, no, it's no easy pass. You go to the pick and roll the point guard.
Now, Mick,
okay.
you know me. You know what I'm going to say here.
What are you going to say?
You know me.
I don't know.
There's 3 points separating these 2 teams. There's still 5 minutes to play, which is an eternity in basketball terms.
You're going to go for 2 for 1? You're going to talk about 2 for 1 again?
No, I like that too, but Coach Ataman's burned 2 timeouts. He only has 1 timeout left with 5 minutes to play. By contrast, Coach Fisak's got all 3 timeouts.
Having seen you coach, I know you go into the locker room at the end of the game with 3 timeouts in your pocket.
No, I try to use them all, but at the right time.
Are you going to second guess Coach
No,
Ataman?
he's much smarter than I am.
European top coaches.
I'm just saying.
I think he feels his team's not playing as well as he wants to. That's why he's called timeout, Liam.
I won. There you go. What do I know? And that's, isn't it, Mick? That's the measure of a good offensive timeout. Can you execute a good option and get a good shot? In this case, a good option and a basket.
You look at the scoreboard. Points are a premium.
What a nice touch pass by Semi Erden.
You got 2 NBA centers right there. Ashik currently in the NBA. Erden exited the NBA. One to another. They're a powerhouse.
That was one of the talking points for you and I coming into this game. You know, the bigs of Turkey who lacked the mobility of the bigs of Senegal. We thought Senegalese might have an advantage there, but to be fair, Erden's acquitted himself very well today, extremely well, and Ashik's provided good minutes as well.
Together they've been better. Isolated, one on and one off. It's not worked for Turkey. Right now, these 2 will see the end of the game out, assuming foul trouble doesn't take over. I'm not sure Clevin Hanna's really got his mind in the game right now. Maybe Chernon Young might be a better option.
Well, Hanna has been on the bench a long time with his 4 fouls. Mendy. Thomas. Ibrahima Thomas had a baseline jump shot. Now. Oh, nothing but nylon for Antoine Mendy from the corner.
He had one before that about a minute or so ago, and it almost went in. That is incredible from Mendy.
I think as he was shooting it, he probably said to Thomas, hey, thanks for passing me into trouble, buddy. Mohamed, that's no good. Mendy. And Doy bleeds out in the break, and look at the hustle of Sinan Gouler. You know, Gouler says to the referee, I'm the one to touch it last. What a gentleman. He's the captain for the team as we look at the shot here.
Look at there's nothing at all Mamatola can do about it. You may dream about that one, nightmares.
Well, Senegal have got a chance to draw level here this trip down the floor. They trail by 3. They've trailed through large passages of this game. Ndor drives to the basket, no good. Here, it's a 3-on-2 here for Turkey. Ali Mohamed fouled from behind, and that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul against Ibrahima Thomas.
That's unfortunate. The reason Hannah couldn't stop the ball because that would have left Mamatola wide open in the corner.
Mick, maybe just talk through the interpretation of the rule here. Why is this called an unsportsmanlike foul?
Well, I'd have to see the replay because I thought Thomas was going for the ball. And I think he may have touched the ball. No, he's grabbed him 2 arms. Okay, that's fair
And from
enough.
behind,
Great
right?
call.
That's a part of the mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
The foul comes from behind.
Yeah.
So Muhammad steps to the line to shoot the free throws. Now that's one area where he has done well today. He's 4 for 4 from the line. If I was to tell you that Ali Muhammad had 10 points, would that surprise you?
No, he's been involved. The only thing he's not been involved was maybe the last 5 minutes of the third quarter where he went quiet again. But look at Turkey, missed 11 free throws today, 14 yesterday.
Ali Muhammad is
today.
2 for 17 from the field, but he's perfect from the line. Kicks to the corner. Meli Mamatolu, let's fly. That's off the mark, and this is going to be on Omer Ashik, I believe.
It's Turkey's 4th team foul too. We're still both teams in team fouls now. Both teams over the bonus.
So the next foul against Turkey sends a Senegalese shooter to the line. Senegal are already in the penalty.
We're going to move Clement Hannah to the 2 guard here with Chernon Young at the point. Just trying to get Hannah some free jump shots, some space for a shot.
Hannah gets in the lane, uses his body well, bounce pass to Endor. Endor can't finish. Mendy, his putback won't go. Erdan tips it away. And Ali Muhammad comes up with it. Ali Muhammad at 1. Ali Muhammad, a terrific triple drive by the Turkish point guard.
That is outstanding work. As Mendy wants confirmation of where the foul was. Mohamed knows exactly. Very minimal contact.
Well, this will cause Coach Fisak to call a timeout here for Senegal, and you can see the look from Ali Muhammad finally getting something to drop for himself.
Well, at this point in the game, to get a call like that with minimal contact, Endor just getting a little tap on the head from Fisak to say shoot the ball. They lost a close one yesterday to Canada, had their chances. We're getting to that time again, but this one they go all the way to the wire.
Yeah, Hannah had that 3 opportunity to tie it up
He's down.
against Canada yesterday to force overtime.
But this
Right at the
action
death of the
play
game, just
for
wouldn't fall for
Antoine.
him.
Side to the point guard. But I won.
Bobby, pick to Semih. Semih come, Ömer pick to Bobby. Inside'a bakalım. Boşlar, inside'da kısa adamlar. Hadi.
Here, Coach Ataman telling Sammy to set a pick for Bobby Dixon. Here's a look at Bobby Dixon.
That's it. That's the contact that called the foul. That's as minimal as we've seen all day going in.
Bobby Dixon from Chicago. When he got a Turkish passport, he chose the name Ali Muhammad after Muhammad Ali. Of course, Muhammad Ali tragically, sadly, died earlier this year. Fitting tribute by Bobby Dixon to the American boxer. Of course, they love boxing in this part of the world, don't they? And Manny Pacquiao, the boxer from Philippines, loves his basketball. Owns one of the teams in the Professional Basketball League here in Manila.
And plays, coaches. But it's Pacquiao, you don't argue, do you?
No, you don't argue with him as the coach. Whatever you say, Coach. 3 minutes to play here, 8 points the difference. Mendy drops it to Endor, and Endor powers it up, and he gets an F1. Well, that's a positive play here from Senegal.
Senegal came out with a different set. They'd run the same set maybe the last 5 or 6 minutes with a double screen on the weak side. That was a completely different set. Mendy penetrates on Ashik. Ashik nowhere near the foot speed needed. Well, Antoine Mendy has been the killer for this game as far as I'm concerned in terms of his effort, his knowledge of the game.
Third personal foul on Sami Erden. And Dor can't tack on the end one.
First missed free throw for Senegal.
Ali Mohammed slides a bounce pass to Sami Erden. The left-handed jump hook is no good. Asic can't tip it up and in. Here's Mendy.
White ball, suffer red hand last of all. Good call. Good shot from Semi down this near end. Just took his time. Everything's a little trickier this time of game, though. 2:24 to go. A lot of tension on the floor.
Well, Omen Ashish comes out to be replaced by Birken Batuk. Shot by Hannah off the mark. Offensive rebound by Mendy. So Turkey have a smaller lineup on the floor now with Batuk. Hannah lost his footing and lost the ball. Mamatolu can't get it. Good hustle by Antoine Mendy. Mendy's hustle prevented an easy lay-in, although Senegal lose possession.
Gotta be careful now. Wet spots all over the floor. 3 floor wipers on it. Look, there's a slip here on that white transfer on the floor.
There's the hustle by Mendy. Otherwise, Mamatolu would have laid it in uncontested. So Turkey in no hurry now. They lead by 6. Is this some zone here from Senegal, Nick? Ali Mohammed, the zone buster! Ali Mohammed finally with a 3. And that extends the lead here to 9 points for Turkey. That is a big 3 from Mohammed. Just his second 3-point field goal today. Hannah now, shot clock under 10. Hannah trying to break down Ali Mohammed. Shot clock now at 5. Hannah lets fly. Bank! Oh, he took a leap out of Birken Batuk's book. And a steal from the inbounds pass. Great steal by Mendy. Can he turn it into points? No good. And Doy with the rebound. He'll power it up and in. Coach Anthems trying to get a timeout here in front of us.
Unreal. I didn't see the turnover on the inbound. How on earth did Turkey cough that one up? I'll never know. Hannah's 3-pointer, exactly the same as Birken Batuk. A bank shot. Hold your hand up, say, sorry, mate, I didn't mean it.
I think it was Antoine Mendy with the steal. What a heady play from Mendy. And Ataman was trying to get a timeout here at the scorer's table in front of us.
You can't believe it. 10 ways to contrive to throw a game, and Turkey are finding 5 of those 10 right now.
Hopefully we can see the instant replay of the steal. There's your 3-point percentages for each team.
Well, Senegal made 9 yesterday, 7 today. Turkey made 6. They're up on their numbers from yesterday with 8 today. And Mohamed's 3 does bust that zone. You think 9-point. This is over. And then 5 points in 10 seconds. Yeah, are you kidding me?
That just shows you, it's just another reason why we love this game. You know, you're never down and out if you believe and you work hard. You can turn the game around in quick succession.
Here's the bank 3 on Erden. Erden could just bury his head. Look at it. Oh, he can't believe it.
Now let's see. Here's the steal. There it is. Antoine. Oh, he got away with a kick. It's Mendy with the steal. He'll miss the shot.
Lucky
and
that wasn't a foul.
With the rebound.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, Bobby Dixon, Ali Mohammed was never going to get this rebound, but there's a nudge in the back right there.
Baseline referee let it go. So sideline ball here for Turkey. They lead by 4. It's a 2-possession game with 1:20 to go. Ali Mohammed in no hurry. The clock is the ally of the Turks right now. And Dor steps out in the screen. Mohammed, the layup is good. Come at the hour, come at the man. Ali Mohammed with 2 big baskets for Turkey. Can Senegal respond? They trail by 6, and Doy shots on the way! Malaya Doy with 3 for Senegal!
That's his 3rd 3 of the night. Who left him open? I cannot believe it.
3 points are in it.
Shot, though. Look at that, 15 for Ndoye, 3 of 8.
Senegal have no fouls to give. They're going to dig in and defend this possession and get a stop if they can. Ali Mohammed! Ali Mohammed! Mukamel! Oh, Mukamel means excellent in Turkish. finish. And Ali Mohammed knocks down a huge three for the 12 giant man of Turkey.
He is 6 of 21. 21 shots he's taken tonight. That's his third 3 of the night, 3 of 9. But the biggest, what's it, last minute, he's hit 2 big ones. Huge, 8 points he's hit the last minute, I think, Ali Mohammed.
Don't forget the situation. He's color sweep. No shooter. No easy shot, guys. Man-to-man defense. I use the double team in defense, but in offense, everybody open. And transition, and everybody open. It's pick and roll with the ball, you the ball. Okay, guys? You take her out or you take her out. I don't have a problem, but you do the screen.
Sen şimdi kim
I
giriyorsa
don't want to be too critical right now, but Fisak needs to draw up a play right here, man. He doesn't have time to be talking about defensive assignments.
I would imagine they'll run something pretty similar to they run before. They're not going to run anything new, that's for sure.
Here's Muhammad. He just steps into space.
You know, Mendy goes under the screen. He's already hit 1-3. Huge mistake there from Antoine Mendy defensively.
In the press conference the other day at the end of the Turkish game, Coach Ataman said, I don't think Ali Muhammad's going to have as bad a game as he did against Canada. Again, just that 1 point from the free throw line. And Coach Ataman was prophetic, though. He's come alive here in the closing minutes.
That's why he's one of the top players.
21 points. It just seemed like 2 minutes ago I said, are you surprised he has 10? Now, Senegal to bring it into the sideline. And Dor, he's open. He'll line up a 3. That's hard off the backboard. He hustles after it. Niao in the corner. And Dor, his shot no good. Kept alive. Erdan looking for a foul. Well, Semi Erdan's backing himself to make free throws here. He didn't give it to a guard.
He was, there's no point trying to pass it, trying to create havoc. If you're going to get fouled, just hold it and take it. You got an easy pass, get rid of it, but there was nothing easy for him. Gillet was the closest man to him.
These are huge free throws here for Semi Erdan. This first free throw, if it falls, which it doesn't, Semi Erdan needs to make 1 free throw to make it a 3-possession game. Right now, there's 6 of the difference. You see the Turkish fans. Some disconsolate looks. That's Hamidi Ndiaye, who's fouled out of the game for Senegal.
But he's double-double, but he's 6 of 12, I think it is, from the free-throw line.
That one's just off. Now, Senegal need a sense of urgency. Who's going to shoot the 3? There it is. And Dor, no, he's going to drive in the lane. I think this is what Turkey do not want. They don't want fouls.
Good call. It's a good call. You know, it's easy this time of the game. He's gone in hard. You got to deserve the effort from Maurice Endor. Had the 3 open. They've tried a couple of 3s. That's not gone. Just the effort here from Endor. Gayak gets him.
Could have called that one on Erdan as well. Endor, his shot wouldn't fall. He's 0 for 2 from the line tonight, Maurice Endor. Now, not to belabor the point, but Erdogan is out of timeouts, which means he can't advance the ball to his quarter court, which means that Turkey now are going to face a press here from Senegal.
Well, he'll substitute on a made basket, which is made.
Shots off the mark. There's pressure up the floor, and there's a foul by Chino Niang.
So the tail of them is free throws, 2 on each team, both ends. And the look there doesn't seem very inspiring for Senegal. That bench is just not quite sure they can look and see the dramas unfolding in front of their eyes.
The last time to the Olympics for Senegal, 1980.
Well, Fisak's just going down, shaking hands with everybody on the bench. I think he's giving up the ghost on this one.
Summer Olympics 1980 in Moscow. That's the last time Senegal were at the Olympics. They've made 3 Olympic appearances. 68 Mexico, 72 Munich, 1980 Moscow. They're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Niao will go and lay it up and in. 6 points the difference, 11 seconds. Amatolu will get it over the timeline. And Senegal going to let the game go here, I think. Ali Muhammad, is he going to shoot it? He's not. And so at the end of this one, game one here on game day 3 in Manila, Turkey beat Senegal in an entertaining game of basketball. There's your final score. Turkey win by 6, 68-62 over Senegal in the 2016 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament.
Well, you got to love it, having you 68-62, 6 points. Senegal have come here. 2 close losses, one to Canada by 3, this one to Turkey by 6. Turkey getting better. There's no doubt about it. They didn't play very well in the first game. Those statistics, I think if you look at the last half, the second half of that game, you'll see a much better performance. Completely out-rebounded by the Senegalese. 15 offenses for both teams. 19 turnovers for Senegal. That was their Achilles heel in terms of turning this game into a victory. And 29 fouls against Senegalese. The free throw percentage for the Turks in the end was 17 of 30. It won't win them many games at the top level, that's for sure. Ali Mohammed, 1 point in game 1 and 23 in this one. 11 for Aden in terms of rebound, a double-double, Liam. Excellent work.
Well, Senegal have fully merited their place here, Mick. They lost close to Canada just by 3 points. They lost again close by 6 here to Turkey. All credit to the Senegal team who have graced this Olympic qualifying tournament. They qualified by finishing in 4th position in the FIBA Africa Championships in Tunisia last year. And they have really added something to this tournament as they make their way out of the arena. You see the Turkish fans who are in celebratory mood, as well they should, because their team live for another day. They will advance into the semis, and they will play whoever wins our next game between France and New Zealand. Well, on behalf of my partner, Mick Bett, this is Liam Canny saying goodbye for the time being. Here's how things finished in Group A. Canada topped the group with 2 wins. Turkey in 2nd position. And Group A will cross over with Group B. We'll see Group B action in Manila later on tonight, again as France square off against New Zealand. Well, for me, Liam Canny, it is goodbye for the time being. On behalf of my partner, Mick Bett, we'll bring you continuing coverage of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament later tonight. It's goodbye from Manila.